Did you know that the average resume is scanned for fit within less than 10 seconds? And the top listed resume deal breakers are typos, bad grammar, and a lack of quantifiable results. According to another stress survey, job searching and putting a resume together was ranked just beneath divorce and the death of a loved one, and ranked just above getting a root canal. Searching for a job is tough. One of the hardest parts is putting together a resume. However, in my opinion, it's the single most important part of your job search. Your resume shows who you are and the effort that you put into tasks and projects. Your resume will show that you either do or don't care, that you did or didn't invest in the process, that you did or didn't skip steps. Does your resume show that you chose to take the easy path, or that you aren't willing to submit or present something substandard, and that you are superior to the competition? My name's Brent. I own the Vancouver Express Employment Professionals office, and we believe that there are 10 key steps that you should consider in your job search. Within each of these steps are several paths, choices, and actions that you can take, and they all depend on your personal situation and circumstances. In this video, we'll be digging into the 6 key points that we feel you need to consider on your resume to ensure that you don't end up as another resume on the pile. First is grab the reader. For this, we feel you need to take layout and design into account. Regardless of the person being an experienced HR professional or someone who's reviewing their first resume, we feel design and layout can make the difference between getting more than the 6 to 10 seconds that it might take someone to reject. A black and white page with minimal text won't get the same attention as something with a bit of color and a thoughtful layout to make your resume easy to review for the reader. Pause this video and do a quick Google search of really good looking resumes. Click on the images and take a look at all the options. There are endless free and paid templates to choose from. Second is presenting a compelling narrative. Your resume should tell a clear story as to why your experience and skills qualify you for the position that you've applied for. There are many options that you'll need to review and decide which is best for you. One suggestion I've seen is using one of the sides or the top third of the resume to give a quick overview or glance of why it makes sense for a recruiter or hiring manager to talk to you. Include things such as your contact information, your professional title, and a summary. Any areas of expertise here are great to define. Third is to define your accomplishments, not just the responsibilities. This doesn't mean not to include responsibilities. In fact, they're often quite important. But you need to understand that employers want to know about your impact and not just what your previous employer's expectations were of you. You might have been responsible for big or small tasks, but that doesn't help anyone understand the type of achiever that you were. You need to explain what you did and how you did it, not just what was expected of you. Point 4 is quantifiable accomplishments. This is where you further show your impact. Almost every position has some way of tying in a quantifiable or some correlating data to support it. If you're a top performer, tell me how. Whether it was sales, customer service, operations, finance, marketing, or something else, tell your story, paint a picture, and do it with metrics to show that you truly understand what was expected of you, how you did it, and what that resulted in for the business. The 5th point is avoid fluff and words without backing. This ties into the above, but it's such an important point and making it a point of its own. Saying things like I'm a top performer, I give exceptional service, or just using words like transformational, synergy, dynamic, self-starter, detail-orientated, or team player often hold no weight if not backed up with context. Don't add these to fill up space on a resume. Our 6th point is to understand and address your weaknesses. Whether these are skill gaps or gaps in your employment, you need to understand that the reviewer is always looking for the closest fit and looking for easy reasons to reject candidates. There's nothing wrong with changing 5 jobs in 5 years, and I'd even go further to say that if you were let go from 5 jobs over 5 years, you still may be a great fit for a job and have perfectly legitimate reasons for why the previous positions weren't a fit. But if you don't explain these changes, either on your resume or in a cover letter or in an intro email, then you're asking a lot of the reader. You need to selflessly look at what you're presenting and try to see how it will be perceived. If you have weaknesses, make sure you show that you're aware and that you overcome these objections by addressing them as best as possible. You still might not be selected, but at least it will be because they are making an informed decision. Every minute you spend on your resume is time well spent. Whether you're at the beginning stages or late in your career, going back to it for updates will never be a waste of your time. Google search, YouTube, and seek guidance. There are free and paid resources, and all of them will be worth your while. Thanks again for tuning in. If you'd like more info on Express, please visit our website, our Facebook, or our LinkedIn pages, which are all linked below, and feel free to reach out to us with a call, email, or text and ask us any questions about your job search.